The next bill on the supplemental calendar for today is House File 11. The clerk will report the bill.
House File number 11, number 1 on the supplemental calendar for the day, an act relating to employment, delaying implementation of the Minnesota paid leave law by 1 year.
I recognize the author of the bill from Candio High, Representative Baker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. Most Minnesotans agree that having access to paid family leave when they need it, whether it's welcoming a new child, caring for a sick member, or dealing with their own health issues, is something that we can get behind. But what we also know is that this one-size-fits-all government-run program, it's not ready to launch. And if we don't do something today, if we don't take action today, members, hardworking Minnesotans and small businesses will pay a tremendous price. The paid family and medical leave program was already projected to cost over $1 billion a year in taxes. And with the recent estimates now show that price tag is closer to $1.5 billion a year. This means even less money in workers' paychecks and an even heavier burden on small businesses already struggling to stay afloat with a very thin workforce staff. Here's what it really means to the people we represent. If you're earning a medium income, this is going to cost you about $500 a year for the program. So for the businesses, take that 500 times the number of employees you have, and that's what it's going to cost the small employer. So this is creating a major financial strain on mom and pop shops that are already dealing with rising costs and severe worker shortages. Remember, this isn't just about time off. It's about how much money is being taken out of our paychecks and how much this will cost businesses and workers who are already stretched thin. We've got to get serious about this bill that is set to launch January of 2026, which, by the way, is about 290 days away from today. What I want to make sure we're talking about here today, though, is a lot of members that took a lot of time to write this bill the last couple of years. You say this bill is ready. It's ready to go, and you can't wait to get it out the door. The Department of Economic Development will tell you it's ready. And listening to a recording this weekend of the small business call that happened last fall with the Department of Economic Development, what they really emphasized was how much they're relying on businesses to carry this message to the employees. This is super critical. Businesses have to get behind this. You got to hang the posters up. You got to explain the rules. You got to explain when they can use it or not. And that's on the employers to share that message. But let me remind you of what they also said was the posters are coming in December of 2025. So we're going to hang it up 30 days before this thing goes out. Did you know, members, that the rulemaking is not over yet? Rulemaking is how we're supposed to understand how this rolls out. Rulemaking is how businesses that have to roll this thing out with their benefit set that they already have, they have to know how this is going to work on top of what they already have. For an example, can people take 12 weeks off for a new child, paid family leave here? And then can they utilize, if you work for an employer that's 50 or more, can you utilize the FMLA, which is 12 more weeks of paid or leave without pay? Can they do that? It's not clear yet. because federal rules supersede state rules. So those are the kind of things that we're trying to figure out. And imagine how challenging that is when definitions of family definitions are different from federal FMLA rules to the Minnesota paid family rules. The definitions of family are different, so it's going to make it a real problem when folks want to try to use those back to back. It's confusing right now, and the people that have to put benefit sets together need this information now. But telling people that the rules are going to be clarified here later this spring, there's more announcements coming out this fall, right on top of open enrollment periods of time, this is far from ready to go out the door. Now, Deed will tell you that, yet we're ready. They're building this car, members. They're building this thing that's going to work in their minds, but there's no roads to make it work because the roads have to get to the employees and the businesses who actually have to put this program out. You got to have it all working together. It's not going to happen. Look, I've had many times in visits with 10 to 12 of the DFL members that I have been reaching over to say, can we have a conversation about this major bill that is yet to launch? Right now, there's nobody really interested. There is one member that sat down and took notes. I want to thank Representative Feist for sitting down with all genuine Ernst and trying to sit down and try to figure out how does this work. She's a business owner too, and I'm looking forward to having more conversations about that. But many members right now are not interested in touching what I've been told is the perfect bill. I have got to tell you, we've got to get serious about this because in no way are businesses ready for this. They're not accepting it. If you listen to the calls, you will hear the concerns of business owners clearly. They do not understand this. They don't know how they're going to do this if they have 10, 12, 20, 30 employees. It is not going to work the way it's laid out. There has to be serious conversations about making this thing work for everybody. And if you do one more thing, I keep talking about small business, but I will tell you right now, one of the employers in every single one of our districts are school districts. Our school districts right now are losing their minds because they can't have teachers and paraprofessionals and lunchroom workers in the building enough right now. The vacancy rates, you should all go back and talk to your school districts about what is your average vacancy rate right now. Do that. You are going to find that it's on a big trajectory upwards. They cannot find subs for subs. For subs. They can't. So if we let this thing go out the door like it is, we have failed horribly. Members, there's some new ideas coming this week, and I hope we get serious about reforming what you call paid family medical leave for all. It has to be sized right. It has to be recognizing small businesses are different. It has to recognize a lot of unions that have these benefits already that they've negotiated clearly over the years. They don't always want this benefit on top of what they have and then get a tax to go along with it. So we're going to get serious about getting this right. My bill, members, I will remind you, this is not a repeal. Don't scare people. I am not repealing anything. We're pausing it. We're pausing this bill the way it is. I sure hope we can get serious trying to fix this. Members, I appreciate your support today to take a break, pause it, let's get it right, and when you're getting serious about this, please come see me. I am a very open, bipartisan person who will welcome feedback about where we can work together. Thank you.
I recognize a member from Anoka, Representative Niska.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that House File 11 be laid on the table.
Representative Niska moves that House File 11 be laid on the table. This is non-debatable. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion prevails.